You have another story, Fade?
Yeah, I was going to just give some short ones regarding pets,
Sure.
and I think even you got a few on those too.
Yes, I had a cat growing up.
Yep, Sassy had a cat. His name was Bruce, a Himalayan, right?
Himalayan kitty. Oh my gosh, he was a scaredy cat. Well, he
And
was.
then I had an English setter. So Bandit was
Just
his
went out
name.
one more. Oh my goodness.
So English setters are bird dogs, and he had a very strong instinct. The very first day we brought him home, we weren't really sure what to name him at the time, and I was in elementary school, so maybe I was 7 or so, 6 or 7, and I remember when we were going to where we were getting him. Forgive me, I was young, but I remember there was a big yard, and Mama and Papa Dog were there, and a bunch of puppies. And then the one that we would end up taking home, Bandit, was the one pup who was just running laps in the backyard.
Yeah.
All the others were kind of hanging by Mom and Dad, but Bandit, he was just running laps and carving a groove in the backyard there. And then he saw us, and he just came charging at me, tackled me to the ground, and started licking my face. At that point, we felt like we have been chose. So he was the one that we ended up taking home with us. Very well-mannered and lovable pup, Bandit. And he had a lot of funny nuances. Oh gosh, his relationship with my mom, the two of them were just hysterical. They tease each other. So we have his water and food dish in the kitchen.
Okay, Grim.
And then BRB. Okay. And our home was set up as kind of a circular fashion. So you'd walk in the kitchen from one side, you go into a dining room, you keep going, you're in the living room, keep going, you're in a hallway, and then you're back in the kitchen. So it's kind of a big circle. And so we were watching TV in the living room, and Bandit didn't like to be alone, or didn't like to eat alone either. So what he would tend to do is go into the kitchen, get a big mouthful of food, and then take it into the living room and eat it there. Sometimes when he was feeling particularly mischievous or annoying, or he just wanted to tease Mom, he'd get a big mouthful of food. He's sitting there watching Matlock or something. And he'd just kind of look at her, wait for her to notice he has a mouthful of food. She's like, Bandit, don't do it. He kind of lowers his head down a little bit, still looking her right in the eye. Bandit, don't do it. And I swear you could see this dog smile. And he would just blah, spit the entire mouthful of food on the floor, and she'd be like, Bandit, and then he'd just run off, you know?
Yeah, he was a good puppers.
Like, Bandit, you get back here and clean that up. And they chase each other around the house. And then Mom sit back down and kind of peek around the corner, see her sitting there, the food's still on the floor. Goes into the kitchen, gets another mouthful of food. Mom's like, no, you need to eat what you just brought out here. Kind of looks at her again and goes, bleh, makes another pile of it. Then he runs off. She just continues to watch TV. He comes back in from the side, kind of peeks around, sees Mom. They make eye contact. And then he just dives into this middle of this pile of food he just created and bats it aside with his paw, and it all flies everywhere.
Yep.
And this was a regular thing. Sometimes he would just get a single little piece of kibble, just one. Spit it out in the carpet and bat it around like a cat playing with a mouse.
It's true.
So there were some times when Mom would leave me and my brother at the house alone. I don't remember how old I was. Maybe I was 12. I don't know. And we'd just be home alone with the dog. And Michael and I would play. Now, Michael, we're about 5.5 years apart. And we get a little wild. And when we get wild, Bandit would get wild. You get
Will do,
excited.
Antonio, in a minute.
There was this gigantic bone that he had, and gosh, the thing must have been like over a foot long. It was huge, particularly for him. He's still a puppy. I mean, he'd get the whole thing in his mouth, and like his back legs would start to go in the air because he'd be so lopsided from the weight. But he'd start to kind of, whip his head back and forth like it's a rabbit and toss it around. So for whatever reason, Michael and I are running around the house and we're playing tag and we're like tossing stuff at each other. And we're just having fun. But like I think like I don't know why we're like throwing this ladle at each other.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but that's the kind of thing that we would do. Like we go outside and toss pine cones at each other, our version of paintball, I guess. I mean, we're just playing. So we're just chucking these things back and forth, and at one point I threw one at him, he ducked it, missed, and it goes crashing through the window.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
Yeah.
During the course of this, Bandit was getting riled up as well, and he was whipping his head back and forth with the bone, and right before this had happened, he had tossed the bone out and it hit the glass, but it didn't break it.
It's true.
But that did give us an idea. We're like, hey, Mike, the dog did that, right? Right, totally blamed that on the dog.
Yeah, you did. Okay, I'm liking that. Gotta think of a floor solution now.
So, we continue the play, and things kind of get worse when Bandit runs into the bedroom, jumps on top of the bed. Well, there's a fan in there, and there's on the ceiling, and there's tassels.
Yep.
Where it's where you'd pull to turn the thing on and off. And it was off and just dangling there. He's jumping all over the place in the bed, tossing his bone around. And we thought it was funny, thought it was cute. Tosses it up, jumps up to grab it, and he accidentally gets a mouthful of tassel with it. And so when he comes falling down, he yanks on the tassel, it turns the fan on. The tassel then slingshots up, flies into the blades of the fan, and starts to wrap itself around the ceiling connector as it continues to spin. And we're just all watching this in horror going, oh no, what's going to happen? It goes...
Yes, Blues F and chat for that.
And then it stops. And we just kind of breathe a sigh of relief. We're like, okay, that could have been worse. And then we hear a... It starts to move again. We're like, uh-oh. It's proceeding to unscrew itself from the ceiling. We're like, ah!
Did you just scream? That was loud.
So it unscrews itself from the ceiling, and now it's like dangling there by its wires. And we're like, dang. So mom and dad are gonna come home. There's gonna be a broken window, and their fan's gonna be hanging from wires in the bedroom. And that one, the dog really did do. So we put the ladle away and cleaned up the mess as best we could, and they got home, and we're both sitting there innocently watching TV. And
yeah, innocent.
Since they get home and we're both quietly sitting there watching TV, not making noise, they instantly knew there was something wrong.
Well, that's how it works. They're parents.
Well, they know. We were never quiet. If we were being quiet, you knew you had to worry.
Two innocent boys. Yeah, exactly.
So,
innocent.
The ironic thing is, they 100% believe that Bandit did the window, which was actually us. They did not believe what had happened with the fan, and they still don't.
Nope, they do not.
To this day, I was like. Like I'm whatever. I'm not gonna admit to the the window thing. That's a cool look.
What? The ceiling?
What you're doing on the floor.
The floor?
I actually both, but I'm thinking if you were, I would almost like take those trap doors and just do the whole floor that way, except for the border where you're doing the stairs, and then make the whole thing beneath it those mushroom blocks because it looks like there's like a smoldering furnace under your feet right there.
Oh.
Kind of looks cool.
That's true. I was just trying to match the ceiling with those mushroom blocks.
Okay. It's a cool look. Maybe that's an idea for a different place if not here, but I'm just saying that kind of looks neat.
This seems like a little much.
Yeah, so... Bandit. That's another weird thing that he'd do. Mom would have a tendency to fall asleep in the recliner. And whenever she would do that, he would jump up behind her and stick his wet nose behind her ear to wake her up. So every once in a while, I'd be somewhere else, and I hear this squawk from the living room, this, "Wah! Bandit!" And I see this really happy puppy just kind of bounce away from the other direction. And this would happen every night. And I think, didn't he try to do that to you a few times too, Sassy?
Oh yeah, he only did it to the ladies.
We had a theory that it had something to do with perfume. But, yeah.
Don't know how or what or why.
Well, I don't know if you dab it behind your ear or something, but...
No, I didn't wear perfume. With your
I don't
zipper?
know.
Pff, no.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, but he would do that. It's just, I don't know. And he's right. She's right. It's only to the ladies. I have no idea. That is super funny because...
Cover me in debris? Oh my gosh, Antonio. Nice job. He's been working hard.
Yeah. Whenever we were going to bed, I would have to... I'd be watching TV. Bandit's laying down in the living room. It's getting ready. It's time to go to bed. So I start to kind of move forward to start getting up. Bandit sees me. Kind of goes rigid, looks at me. I look at him. He looks toward my bedroom. I look toward my bedroom. And we both bolt. Because if he gets there first, he's jumping on my bed. He's coiling up in a ball on top of my pillow. And he will not move. So we have to race every single night. So I could get there first. Because once he's there, he would just coil up in a ball. And if you tried to move, he'd just go in a tighter ball. And he'd just be like... Marr. Bandit,
I want
move.
to see this beautiful Antonio. Oh my goodness. Look at you, Antonio the Ash. You look great. 5 this time. Okay, TSL. Thank you. Yeah, you look fabulous. I love it. I love it.
Is that netherite?
It's all netherite. Enchanted.
Enchanted netherite.
Yes. Cover
Neat.
me in debris. Oh, that's so nice. Awesome. All right, and let me get this 5 redeem here. There we go. 5 gulps of water. Thank you.
So, Bruce.
Bruce is my cat. He lived forever until he didn't.
Oh,
No,
good start to the story.
Well, you know. But anyways, D4! Hey, D4! Thanks so much for the raid. How are you doing, man?
Ooh. Is this a
Welcome.
dark raid or a
diamond.
diamond raid? Dark. They both sound cool.
Well, that's because...
Or D4 raid, okay.
It's a D4 raid, because D4 is cool. Hey, C! How are you? Awooga. That is a great name. I love it. Awooga plays.
Awooga.
Fabulous. Thank you, Caesar. Yeah, everyone, check out D4. He's absolutely amazing. Give him a follow. You're going to love it. He and C are delightful. Hi, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I am working on a storage room right here, and Fade is in voice telling Fade stories right about now. So
yep, we're actually telling stories about Sassy's cat named Bruce.
We just started.
So
Bandit. Hello, animal abuser lady. What? What are you talking about?
Because you remember Sassy from? Oh, she remembers you from Zookeeper, maybe. He or she. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right, numbers. You're doing well. Awesome. I am doing well too. Thank you. I'm having a good day, getting stuff done, Using the new blocks. Can't complain, you know?
Never forget the cow.
What did I do to the cow? I don't remember this.
You know what you did.
I do not! What did I do to the cow?
Oh,
Numbers! Explain.
The cow abuse is so regular, it doesn't even stand out in our memory. For shame.
I mean, at least I didn't do this to the chicken. I mean, look.
Do what to the chicken?
Look at the chickens here. Of course, there's these cows.
Oh yeah, this is Antonio's burger device. He's just chilling.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you don't put zombies in your cow hole. I remember that.
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely not. How's our sheep doing? Our sheared sheep, our naked sheep. Okay, good, getting some good cyan. Bruh.
Bruh.
But I don't know. I'm thinking about stuff, Fade. So.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, I'm building something, so I'm thinking about something. We're trying to figure out who all was streaming. Oh.
Well, that's fine. I can do a little bit here with
hey,
Bruce.
Vance. Thanks so much for the lurk. I appreciate you kindly.
Bruce is a snaggletooth Himalayan.
Yeah. I love.
Somewhat shy, somewhat
kitty.
afraid. He lived a long time, 18 years.
No, like 22 years.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my gosh. Yes.
Goodness.
Natica, thanks so much for the sub. 8 months now.
Hey, thank you.
The girls want to go for a ride. I got money. What? Oh my gosh.
Dude, Antonio, you totally need to make like a convertible thing you can sit in with your bling bling gear. And you just like a cat calling everybody who walks by.
That's hilarious.
That would be great.
Do it. Oh, you're on your boat. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Sassy. I remember you cramming cows into jars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. It's normal. It's fine.
Oh,
see a problem with this.
And that's what's frightening.
Yeah.
So,
I don't do it here. Is this weird?
Well, that's fine.
Does this look really weird?
I kind of like it. Get rid of that stuff.
What stuff?
The stuff you just got rid of. Sorry, remember, Sassy, I'm seeing you.
Sure, of course.
A few seconds delayed.
I mean, what do you think of this? I could put a crafting bench in there or something.
I kind of like it the way it is.
I'm gonna need crafting benches. I think maybe I'll put them like here and here.
Maybe. I kind of like what you got personally, but
well,
you do you.
Need crafting bench. You're gonna swap
maybe
your laptop? All right, see, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bruce, what's funny about this cat to me was, like other cats, he'd meow. But unlike other cats, when I say he would meow, he would pronounce the word meow.
Thank you.
It was the strangest thing. What you did not hear, you didn't hear meow. That's not what you hear.
No,
instead, you hear
meow.
this. Meow.
That's
meow. Meow.
Meow.
And he would get like...
That was Bruce.
Sassy and I would be downstairs. I think we were like playing Magic one night, Magic the Gathering, and he's upstairs and it's night and he gets lonely. He starts to call out.
He sings.
And so
I like this.
We're hearing this meow, meow. I'm like,
meow.
Is that one of your brothers just being weird upstairs? Like, no, that's actually my cat. I'm like,
that's my cat.
No, that's not your cat. Meow. And then I see him peek his head out from the upstairs and he's looking down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he just stares me right in the face and goes, meow. I'm like, okay, I'm freaked out. That thing's the devil. I don't know what's going on, but that...
Oh, that's great. I love it.
I love Magic. Still play
Good night, Antonio.
online.
Thanks so much for stopping by. Heart. You love Magic the Gathering too? Cool, Tenor. That's awesome. Meow, says Antonio.
Oh my gosh. And
oh, by the way, those diamonds that Antonio gave me, that's like my half of the profits for the shop that we have together. So he's not just giving me diamonds randomly. It's my half of the profits. So you know.
Okay.
Harvest! Harvest, thank you so much for the host. How are you, darling?
Oh, wow.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Harvest
it's a harvest raid. Gotta love those pumpkins. Meow.
No, the whole chat's going to be doing that, and the harvest peeps are going to be like, what did we walk into?
Exactly. Ivan, thank you so much for the host as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Caesar.
Thank you, Ivan.
Harvest is part of the Harvest of Energy. Part of the Unity cast as well. Make sure you go to her channel, give her a follow. She's absolutely amazing. You're going to love her. Oh my gosh. This is my storage room. This is what I've been working on.
Thank you, Callie.
Yes. And then this is my ceiling, and this is my bubble vader, and this is... I need to figure out a way to get up here. I'll probably just put ladders. But yes, it's true, Harvest. It's true.
And for those wondering who are new to our little corner here on the Interbubs,
yes.
This is Fade Alchemist. I'm Sassy's husband. We have a YouTube channel together, Rogue Alchemist. So that's why I'm randomly talking to you here.
Exactly.
If you're wondering who the heck this voice is.
Every once in a while, we'll do Fade stories, and yeah, so Fade campfire stories. Well, we'll reminisce about things. Is great.
Yes.
This is very pink and dark down.
We were just telling some stories about Sassy's old cats who like to
cat,
eek,
my Himalayan.
meow.
Yes. Oh, my favorite part about the cat is, hey Ivan,
Hi, Ivan.
is Bruce one day, okay, get this. So one evening, when we all went to bed, we happened to have pizza that night, and it was kind of getting late, and I was a little girl at this point. I was probably in late elementary school or junior high, early junior high. And it was just so we're there, and then when we get up, oh no, wait. See, I always leave out bits of information, so I have to think about this.
Yep. This is classic Sassy.
It is, but you weren't there for this, Fade. This was
I know, but I know, but I know it because you've told it so many times. I'm able to piece together the story in its proper continuity.
Nah. Anywho, so that night we all had our pizza, and they left it on the coffee table, which is fairly low to the ground, and the only thing left in there was some scraps, some crumbs, a couple of pizza crusts or whatever. So it was all good. All right, so cool. Well, we get up the next morning, and there is Bruce, this very beautiful long-haired Himalayan, sitting in the middle of that pizza box. And in his mouth, on the opposite side, he had a little snaggletooth and everything. So in his mouth, he had some pizza crust that was sticking like a Groucho Marx cigar out of his mouth. And then we walk down and we go, Bruce! And he looks at us, stares, like, how cats kind of get their freeze thing going on. And then he leaps off the coffee table, which is hysterical. Now, when that happens, the pizza box flies off the other side, and we're thinking, oh great, now we're gonna have pizza everywhere. Whatever was left.
Fortunately,
Bruce ate all of the pizza, so there's only a few crumbs, and he took that little bit that was already in his mouth with him, and he went, cats, zoomies, all the way into another room.
Yeah, he went into a corner and ate his kill. Yeah.
And he ate his pizza, and he was a happy kitty. And it was hilarious. Oh my gosh. It was the best.
Oh, jeez.
Bandit. I don't think he did. Actually, it was very weird. Or if he did, I don't know. I was a kid. I wasn't paying attention to anything. But, no, I don't think he did. It was just the funniest thing ever. It's and he'd never done it before. That's the thing. He'd never done it before. And I think it was just because the pizza box was on the coffee table. And that wasn't
guarded.
It wasn't. Well, if it's higher up, he can't get up there. And he's an older cat even then. I have stories now. Oh,
Bandit, my English setter, he loved pancakes. Oh my gosh. Boy, did he love pancakes. So yeah, we'd cook those and we'd keep a few, and then he had some tricks that he knew. Boy, this dog would do anything for a pancake. He'll sit up, he'd sit up, he'd roll over, do my taxes, he'd do your taxes. You had a pancake in your hand, and you're walking into the living room. He knew it was time to perform, and he wanted that pancake. He wouldn't even wait for you to give commands. He just started going through every single trick in his repertoire, hoping that he chose the right one to get the pancake. His rolling over was so enthusiastic, it was more like a barrel roll, because he could get all the way around before he'd even hit the floor.
Yeah. There,
geez, that when you get home from being gone for a while, runs up, grabs his bone, you do this howl thing. You heard it before, right, Sassy?
Yes,
You get home and you get his mouth full of bone and...
Fade, I can tell you, we didn't hear any of that because Discord. It was too loud. Oh. Oh my goodness. No.
That sounds more like the purring of a walrus, but okay.
Purring of a walrus.
I'm not wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Walruses purr, right? That's a thing?
Sure, man.
It's a thing. Okay, so...
Why not?
We were... Mom and Dad would give us Easter egg hunts. And we'd have some plastic ones with candy in them. And then we would color eggs the night before, and they would hide those around like actual eggs. Remember, Bandit is a bird dog. So
yeah, English setter.
They'd hide them. And then we as kids would go to look for them. And Bandit was outside when they got hidden. Not really... At that point, that wasn't by design. He just happened to be outside. We let him in, and we start looking. And Bandit doesn't know anything's going on, and we're just finding eggs and stuff, looking around. He's looking out the window, and all of a sudden he kind of cocks his head to the side and starts to sniff. Then he gets up his hind legs, stretches himself out as far as he can, starts pointing his nose at the very top of the curtain, and he's sniffing. He's standing as tall as he can. What is this dog doing? We look up, and we see that Mom and Dad had hidden one of the real eggs way up in the curtains where they attached to the ceiling, to the wall. And this dog had somehow smelled a hard-boiled egg. I mean, I find that pretty impressive. And of course, once we found out that he could, we had an easy way of finding the rest of the eggs. So we found it, kind of let him sniff it, pet it, tell him good boy, we're like, find the others. And he seemed to get the idea, because after he did that, he's going all over the house, and he's finding every single one. And it was the best. I mean,
yeah.
He'd walk up to someone's shoe and he'd point at it. Yep, eggs in there. Goes to the corner, points underneath the cushion. He'd lift up his paw, another egg.
Yeah.
It got to the point where they'd have to leave him outside because he would just find them as soon as they hid them otherwise. Because
thank you,
he loved doing that. Thank you. Oh, he was such a good doggy.
Sounds like a good doggy. He was. He was a sweetheart.
He was a stinker.
That dog. He was.
The one time he came running into the living room to alert me of an intruder. I'm watching TV and he comes running to me. I'm like, what is it? Is Timmy stuck in the well? What's going on? He leads me into my room. Well, I ride my bike everywhere at this stage, and I would keep it in my room instead of in the garage, because at one time somebody had opened up our garage and stole my bike. So we didn't leave it there anymore. I'd thrown my coat over it, and I guess it made a shape he didn't recognize. So he leads me into the bedroom, and he's just growling and barking at this bike with the coat over it, hair all standing up on end. Like, you're a good boy. I take the coat off, and he just kind of looks at it, cocks it to his side, and kind of goes, "Arr!" And then he leaves. Like, yep, your dignity's intact. Good boy.
That was when he was a puppy, right?
Yeah, he was a pup. He did a lot of weird things when he was a puppy. Like, the time he figured out how to open the toilet by himself. We're
Oh my gosh, seriously?
we're again, I'm watching TV, and he's just exploring the house, and I hear this ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk. Like, what is that? And then I hear a louder ka-clunk, followed by a splash and a yeep, and then lots of splashing. I run into the bathroom, and this dog is just sitting there in the toilet because he's fallen in. And I think the clunking sound I was hearing is him trying to lift up the lid, and it was like flopping back down until finally he nudged it with enough force that it flipped all the way open. And he must have crawled up onto it, and then he fell in. Thank you, TL.
Thank you so much, TSL, for the gifting Fade a sub.
Awesome. I always love that because it means I can use my own emotes.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Finally, because now I can do this. Sassy has the power.
Say what? There, I'm officially out of leather now. Oh, wow. Nice. Mid-story gift sub hype. Woo!
Thank you.
I love that bee. That bee is adorable.
I got so many for him. Trying to give this dog a walk. Okay. I know I keep going back to it, but he's a bird dog. He hunts. When you go outside, his name is no longer Bandit. He doesn't have a name. He has one mission, and that's to catch every single bird that's outside. He forgets who he is.
Thank you again for a gifted sub to Ivan. Oh my gosh, thank you. You're awesome.
Actually, he's done it. Gift sub shared not only to me, but to 5 others, and then he did that again.
Those are emotes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
the shared.
Emotes shared.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there you go. Spam them.
Spam them. Emotes and
show off guys. Your emoticon wealth.
Yes. Thank you kindly. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
I wanted to give him lots of walks. I love doing this. So, first of all, he loved his walks. We got to the point where we could say, go get your harness. You know exactly what that would mean. And in fact, you could just whisper it. You could be like, Bandit. And you kind of look at you. What?
Get your harness.
Huh? Really? Zoom. Runs off to the other room. And he'd like drag it off the doorknob and bring it to you. And if you weren't fast enough to put it on, he'd try to get it on himself. He'd stick his head in there and try to start nudging it on.
That's adorable.
Oh, he loved his walks. Yeah. But you go outside and you have him on his leash, and he starts to like go left and right, just constantly, and that's instinct. What they're trying to do is to they're trying to get as much surface area. As much surface area as possible so they can get a scent, and that's why they do that. However, you're trying to give him a walk. He's taking you for a walk is what's happening, and you're just getting S-curved back and forth.
Yeah.
I actually tried to give him a walk on my bike once. Not the best of Fade ideas. Use Fade emo. Yeah, it's versatile.
It is very versatile. He used to own a gun dog as well. They called it quartering. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that behavior. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought it had a name. I couldn't remember. Also, I mean, again, the instincts are really strong with him. I'm walking him, and we're going down. I'm getting lots of alerts. One moment here. There we go. And I'm going down this long hill and walking towards my old elementary school. And it's a relatively unused road, like to the point where people would regularly play in it because it's a dead end and not a lot of traffic. And so there's cars parked along the side and everything. And Bandit gives me a surprise tug towards one of the cars. And I'm just like, pulls me over. And then he sticks his head behind the tire of one of them. And then he comes back without much resistance. And he's just kind of doing a little prance thing. And looking really proud. I'm like, I don't know what you did or why you're doing that, but okay. And then he's walking with me, and he's not quartering. He's not going back and forth. He's just kind of prancing along with me, walking normally. Like, okay, well, that's nice. That's a good boy. And he's walking, and I start to hear this sounds. Tweet, 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 tweet. And I'm like, what the heck? I look at him, and he's carrying in his mouth a little bird. He had somehow found a little robin, and he's holding it so softly. Like, he's not hurting it. He's just holding it. And that's kind of another one of the instinct is like they would go and receive the birds. Like if you're supposed to shoot a bird and they would receive it, but they don't want them to break the skin. Yeah. And then they'd give it to you. So he had it in a very soft hold. And he was just carrying it with him for the walk. And I found it, and I was like, what you got there, boy? And he kind of looks at me and just, bleh. You know, just, yeah, very proud. And just right at my foot. And it looks like a one that had just it had full feathers and everything, but it was a young bird. And it just kind of looks and it's like at me and goes, ah! I'm like, sorry. And Bandit's, you know, like sniffing it all over the place, and the bird's like, what the heck? And
oh my gosh.
And then it kind of did a little hop thing and went away, and it actually did fly, so I was kind of happy to see that it actually flew.